Hello everyone, and welcome to your favorite channel. Today's video is about the latest news on United Airlines. So let's get started. First news of the day, United Airlines says it's doing more than ever to fix Newark. United Airlines gave more information about the changes it plans to make to its hub at Newark Liberty International Airport, or EWR, on Thursday. At the end of June, bad weather caused an operating meltdown at the airport, which caused a lot of flights to be canceled. During the conference call for the airline's second quarter earnings report, CEO Scott Kirby said that the company was doing more than ever to help with the very real operating constraints that exist at the airport, no matter the weather. According to what the airline's president, Brett Hart, said, the company will start 4 new initiatives to improve how it works in New York. It will lower the total number of flights and move some planned flights to times when there aren't as many people traveling. It will also open 6 new gates in Terminal A, change the schedules of its planes so that more of them fly out and back rather than in a straight line on any given day, preventing a chain reaction of problems in the rest of its network, and start increasing our resources in crew scheduling and speed up the use of various automated and technology-based tools. Hart says that the airline is also still pushing for a reauthorization bill for the Federal Aviation Administration that provides the FAA with the resources, tools, and funding they need. At least in part, he was referring to the fact that there aren't enough air traffic managers right now, which has made the airspace around New York City slower this summer. Most of the time, executives didn't say much about other parts of the business. On the other hand, they said that even though 435 planes usually leave Newark every day during the summer, the airport hopes to cut that number down to around 390 by the end of August. United's Newark hub has been in a bad spot for a long time because it has limited room to operate, is vulnerable to certain types of storms because of its location, and has limited airspace. All of these things often cause delays. Hart says that bad weather on 25 different days, including at other hubs, caused 3/4 of the total number of flight cancellations the airline had in the second quarter. Even though this is the case, the airline has increased its footprint in Newark, calling it the perfect place for an international gateway. The company can take advantage of both the local demand in and around New York City and the flights from other parts of the country that link there. Even though changes are being made to how the airline works in Newark, executives have said that the airline has no plans to change Newark's status as a hub. Instead, it plans to carry out the United Next plan it made in the first place. This would mean that the airline would run fewer flights on some short-haul lines but use bigger planes that could carry the same number of people or even more. Andrew Nocella, the chief marketing officer at United Next, says, United Next has always known that the only way to grow in Newark is to switch from regional to mainline flying. Even though we have to cut flights by more than what we had planned, we don't think these changes will have a long-term effect on Newark's capacity because we're using bigger planes. FlightAware says that United Airlines had to cancel about 3,400 regular flights during the week of June 24th to July 4th. This was 15.7% of all the flights that were supposed to happen. Even though participants were able to get back on track quickly after the strong storms that hit the Northeast on the last weekend of June, 8,771 people were still late. This is about half of the total number. The next piece of news on my list is that United First Rooms started their service this week. This comes after the carrier released its first Airbus A319 and A320 planes in May. Both of those planes were retrofitted in a way similar to what is being done here. The upgrading project was first announced in June 2021, when the company also said it would buy 270 more new planes. United has put in new, bigger overhead bins that can fit as many carry-on bags as there are people. This means that each passenger can have one bag. Also, entertainment systems with Bluetooth connections will be put in each seat back, and all cabins will get new LED lights and new-looking bathrooms. Every seat will have a USB port and a charging port, and United says that their Wi-Fi will be the fastest in the game. Also, new seats that can be charged wirelessly are being put in first class. These first-class seats are set up in a 2-2 configuration, and they also have little wings near the headrests to give you a bit more privacy. The backs of the seats in economy class have screens that are 10 inches wide and have both 3.5mm ports and wireless connections. There are 2 power outlets in each row of 3 seats. Each seatback screen also has a USB-A connector and a USB-C port on the back. The goal of the retrofits is to make United's whole fleet look as similar as possible and to help passengers have a consistent experience as the company adds hundreds of brand new planes to its fleet. The changes are also meant to help the company save money. United CEO Scott Kirby says that the retrofits and new planes will make the company's world network better and more uniform. Our United Next plan will completely change what it's like to fly with United as we speed up our business to meet a rise in air travel demand. By quickly adding and renovating this large number of aircraft with our new signature interiors, we will be able to give our customers the friendliest, most helpful service possible while also giving them the best experience possible when flying over our top global network. We expect that the arrival of these new planes will have a big effect on the economies of the places we serve in terms of jobs, spending by travelers, and business. At the same time, this step shows how important United is to the business of the United States as a whole. United's new retrofits have been slow to come to fruition for almost 2 years, in part because of delays in the supply chain. However, deliveries of newly converted planes are expected to speed up greatly in the coming months. This is because United had to wait for almost 2 years. Some of the brand new planes United planned to get in 2021 have already been given to the company. When United's current fleet has been fully remodeled and the company has continued to get new planes, the cabins of a large number of its planes will look very different than they do now. In other news, American Airlines Group said on Friday that it has raised the value of its contract offer to pilots by more than $1 billion to match what United Airlines is offering. The union that represents America's pilots were worried that ratification would be in danger, so this choice was made. The Texas-based carrier says that the changes make the planned deal worth over $9 billion over the next 4 years. The company's pilots will vote on whether or not to sign the deal on Monday. American has said that it will match the wage rates and pay back that United and its workers agreed to in a tentative deal on July 15th. American will also give more sick time and cover more people with life insurance. Over the course of the 4-year deal, United's pilots' pay will go up by a total of between 34.5% and 40.2%. The group that works for the pilots in the United States, the Allied Pilots Association, warned on Sunday that ratification was in danger. This week, a union spokesperson named Dennis Tager said that United's 15,000 pilots would make at least 2% more than their 15,000 American peers. Tager gave this information to us. The union also pointed to United's back pay, days off for younger pilots, and sick time as examples of the company's good practices. Because unions are becoming more popular and there aren't as many pilots as there used to be, union representatives have more power in contract talks. And that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. See you next time.